So I'm back, like it's like 10 minutes after, not even like 5 minutes after I did my last video, but I'm just recording them while the crap's in my head. Look at this hair, I gotta brush it. Money in the Root of All Evil, my series over here that I'm making for some unknown reason. I just feel like I need to say the things that are in me before anything happens. Money and cancel culture. Money is the root of cancel culture. Again, we're talking about lawsuits, we're talking about the reasons why money is the motivating factor in all the horrible crap that is going on, in my opinion. Okay, so now you may think money and cancel culture, you may think I'm talking about, if somebody, let's say an actress or someone was victimized by a big wig in Hollywood, that they would sue. That's not what I'm talking about here. In cancel culture, I'd explain this. Okay, so Kevin Spacey, I'm going back to Kevin Spacey because that was the one that was amazing to me. Okay, Kevin Spacey was an actor, a respected actor. He started to be known around the time of The Usual Suspects and then Seven, and he built up a career. He ended up winning 2 Oscars. Everybody thinks he's a good actor. Everybody kind of knew he was gay. He didn't come out as gay. So really, even though he hadn't come out, in reality, Kevin Spacey was one of the most powerful gay people in Hollywood. Of course, there's Ellen and people like that, but he was the star of this like streaming House of Cards show. That was like the first big streaming show. He was the star of it. He was politically active. He was, in with the Clintons and all them, and they were, he was a household name, basically, and, a well-respected actor, and, so the allegations came out about him, and he was canceled in basically 24 hours. And I was like so shocked, because it's one thing to have allegations go on and on, but they started this thing of canceling people like that. I mean, Matt Lauer got canceled in a couple of hours, you know what I mean? But with Kevin Spacey, that's when I came to understand what it is. He was on Netflix, and Netflix canceled him like that. And the reason they cancel people in an instant, boom, is because of the stock market. And when you're a huge company and you're on the stock market, you have shareholders and you have people who invest. And as I said, I don't know if I said this in one of my other videos, but I vaguely know about a lot of stuff. Like I said, I listen to the news all these years. I read articles here and there. So I don't have all these references and stuff like that to give you. But it was my understanding that at some point during the days after 9/11, the years after 9/11, George W. Bush had put through a lot of things that maybe wouldn't have gone through if people were paying more attention or whatever. So at some point, there was a law or something that they passed, that they put through, that made it illegal. And I'm not saying you're not supposed to do this anyway, but I think it made it illegal to lose money for your shareholders. So if you're a company, a publicly traded company, and you make less money than you did last week, and therefore your stock price goes down, you got to fix that, because your whole job now is not to just be a company and have a good product. Your company is to make your shareholders or your stockholders more money, and if you don't do that, you're in trouble. So I believe that's a law. I don't know, but at some point I read that it became law that you must do this. So say you're a company and you're going through a rough patch, or people don't want to buy your product that year, it's gone out of fashion. It's not just, we need to rethink something, we need to come up with another good product next year. I don't think you have that luxury anymore. I think you have to do whatever you can. So if that means you have to fire a bunch of people in order to balance your books so that your stock prices go up, then you have to do that. So that makes companies be more ruthless and saying, well, okay, I have to make an adjustment quick. The fastest way to do that is to fire somebody. Let me fire a bunch of people. Let me fire 1,000 people so my stock price doesn't drop for one day. Okay, so this is how we get to Kevin Spacey, and he is the biggest star on Netflix almost, and the biggest show on Netflix at the time, because this is going back a little bit. It's not that long that Netflix has been this powerhouse where everybody's streaming all the time. It seems like it, but it's not really. So they had to do something in their mind fast to make sure that this Kevin Spacey saga didn't impact their stock price. With somebody that huge on your streaming service, your biggest star almost, the only way to appease the mob who are going to want to quickly sell their stocks, if they see something's up at Netflix, or they got a bad guy in the house, ooh, this could be bad, the quickest way to stop people from saying, I'm selling my stocks, get rid of him. Right? That's how Kevin Spacey was canceled outright. People said some stuff about him. There was no time to go to court, and because the stock market changes every day. It changes all day long. You need that to stay. You can't have a few days of people talking and getting the word out. Oh, did you hear? And then somebody who owns Netflix stock says, oh, wait a minute, they might be in trouble. I better sell my stock. You know, that's why these people get canceled. So as you said, that's become the standard. Somebody gets accused, boom, they get dropped. Why? For these reasons, for monetary reasons. They don't care to say, okay, this is a person, this is a human being. Let's see if they really did these things before we do any disciplinary action. Let's wait and see if it's as bad as they say. You know, let's put them on, let's put their show on hiatus, or let's suspend them while this plays out. They don't want to do that because the volatility of stocks and all this kind of stuff, the goal is to just never, ever, ever, ever lose any money. And that causes the companies to be ruthless and just be like, no, to have no sympathy, no, they don't really even have any leeway to say, you know what, let's give this guy a chance. Let's see how it plays out, because months of a trial, your stock price could drop all the way down if that's the case. And that's why I believe, and I could be making this up, and I could be hallucinating, and I could not know what the hell I'm talking about, but I believe this is why. And now with Kevin Spacey, like I said, Matt Lauer was gone like that after, oh my God, being the face of Today's Show for how many years. They just dropped him, boom, you know. And just all these people, like Armie Hammer's thing, I don't even know. He kind of said some crap and it's there, so it's like, boom, get rid of him. It's always, if there's any sign of trouble, don't wait to see how it turns out. Let's not investigate. Just get rid of the trouble now. Cut our losses, boom. You know, so that we can, it's all about money. They would like you to think that it's about being sensitive and wonderful and doing the right thing and making a pleasant work environment or whatever. But come on now, the thing with the agencies now, because in the last couple weeks, Armie Hammer not only got removed himself or was asked to leave 2 projects, his agency dropped him like that. Now, then this last week with Gina Carano, she really didn't say anything wrong. If you understand English and you have reading comprehension, or you know what I mean, she gets fired, immediately gets dropped by her agency. So I don't even know what the agency thing is, because to my knowledge, and I could be wrong, I don't know if agencies get traded or anything like that, or why an agency would feel the need to just, apart from blacklisting people or whatever, I don't know why agencies are dropping people or record labels are dropping people like that, unless they're all publicly traded. I don't understand because this is like, that's the "you'll never work in this town again" thing. You know what I mean? They got rid of Kevin Spacey. They didn't say you'll never work in this town again, but you know what I mean? But for like I said, in the last couple weeks, Army Hammer got dropped in one day by his agency. Gina Carano got dropped by her agency. I saw last night Hasbro, which makes the toys over there in Rhode Island, they are scrapping her action figures. I mean, we're erasing people. So it's like, it's this thing with the money and all, but then the erasing, that part I don't understand. But like I said, the instant let's get rid of them is money based. And I guess also in the case of Hasbro, they're like, we're not making these toys, so forget it. We're not gonna. It's all money based. It's like, the minute there's an issue, any kind of, there could be something, where there's smoke. There's smoke. I'm not gonna wait to find out if there's fire. Get rid of it. Just, I don't want to even hear about smoke. So it's, I mean, like I said, it's about money. It's about protecting your brand. That whole brand shit. People aren't a brand. Okay? I don't know who started it. I'm willing to bet it was, the artists who, they made music, but then they sold sneakers, but then they had a fashion line and a perfume. I'm willing to bet it was around that time. So again, that's probably around the turn of the century, where people who were famous for one thing started having all these different ways of making money, these income streams, and they became a brand. But people aren't a brand. And so if Netflix considers itself a brand and it doesn't want to be associated with that, or any of these things, now we don't, to protect their brand, they don't want to be associated with somebody who might have a problem, or somebody who may have done something wrong but we don't really know. But just like, there's smoke, so get rid of them. Again, it's money. Everything is money. It's not moral high ground. It's not, I want to protect the innocent. It's not, oh, they may have harmed people and I don't want to condone that, or I don't want to sign off on that or co-sign it, or whatever the hell that. It's not that virtue signaling crap. It's all about money. Everything that's going wrong in this world is about money. Like I said, money's the root of all evil. It has been, but it's never been so obvious at this point in time, where everybody depends on it, and we should not be like that. Life should be about more than money and your value, in monetary terms. But here we are.